Moment by moment, you're literally picking your own life. With the energy that you put out and what you think, what you say, all of your thoughts, it all makes an energetic system. So I'm here with this week's Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. Pick a number now between 1 and 5 and I'll do a psychic interpretation for you. Hello and welcome everybody. It's Rose Smith here from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. We're doing Pick a Card Weekly Tarot reading. Okay, pick a number now between 1 and 5. You can have more than one number if you would like. If you have 5 numbers, that'll be very interesting. You'll have a lot to think about, maybe too much. And especially in Western societies today, we tend to think too much. We overthink things. So, you've got to get that balance of thinking and being. And with being, it's time to be a little bit receptive to what the universe wants to offer you. There are opportunities all of the time, but do you recognise them? Maybe this will help. Okay, so let's go to the board now and we'll have a look at these cards. Okay, we're doing card number 1. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for card number 1? Okay, actually I'm seeing fingernails. There's no paint on them or anything like that. They're just natural. Nails are all about how you protect yourself. And you can use your claws. The claws can come out if you need to, but it's best that nails are kept in their sheath. So don't accidentally put the claws out by misunderstanding a situation. And fairly soon we'll be going into the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, and there will be more misunderstandings. So just keep your claws in at the moment if you can. And just be aware of what their real function is, and that is to protect you if you are generally or genuinely under threat. The card that comes out is the Queen of Cups. This is a beautiful energy related to your emotions, being in touch with your subconscious here. Not only are there sort of things from the past and wounds and events that you might rather forget, but there's also rewards. So if you block your, connection with your own subconscious, you'll never get those high rewards that you deserve that are down in here. But you'll see here she's seated on the shoreline between the subconscious waters and the beachfront here, which is the grounding. Grounding is very necessary. If you know the psychic industry, or psychics, and you've had a lot to do with psychics, you'll see they often have difficult lives, and it's because what they're doing is they're straddling multiple worlds. So the world of the physical here, the world of the subconscious, also the world of spirit. So yeah, it does get a tad confusing sometimes, and you've got to really have a lot of balance. Growing vegetables is a really good thing for psychics and spiritual people to do, because it gets your hands in the dirt, your feet in the dirt, and helps keep you connected to this planet while you're doing something creative. You're growing your own food and you're connected to spirit at the same time. I don't know if you can hear Prince Harry in the background there. He's got a lot to say. But Queen of Cups is someone who's very much in touch with their emotions. The addition of the birds here in this picture, these seagulls, is sort of saying, look at the big picture and you can see into the future. I don't know if you can hear Harry. He's downstairs. I think he wants food. Haven't got to that bit yet. She's wearing blue and green because green is all about growth and blue is about the expression of the throat chakra and expressing your creativity. And I always like blue and green together. But when I grew up, it was like a terrible sin, if you put blue and green together. You weren't supposed to do that. But of course I break all the rules, and I did it, didn't I? And I continue to do it. And I've got green eyes, so what am I supposed to do? Never wear blue? Oh, it's just a stupid thing that people make up. All right, it's a conspiracy theory of the 1950s and the 1960s that blue and green shouldn't be seen unless there's a colour in between. Number 2. All right, closing my eyes now. What do I see? The toast is nearly ready in the toaster. So this is about nurturing yourself, but it's not quite the right time, but the time is coming. Maybe plan a pamper day or something like that. Look for some way that you can nurture yourself, okay? You may also look at your diet too. If you are eating toast, is it the right food for you? Because a lot of people can have reactions from bread, the gluten, there's allergies and things like that. The card that comes up is the Queen of Wands with Harry. Harry is a Bengal, and he looks just like this, more or less. This one's got a few more spots like my other brown Bengal, Leo the leopard. But this is about getting in touch with your innate instincts, okay? And sometimes there's not a lot of sort of intellect going on here. It's more just going by instinct, which there's an appropriate time and place for that. It's a good thing. The indigo here is all about intuition, using your intuition. She's got a gold sash around her waist, which is the solar plexus area, and that's about goal-oriented behaviour, working towards success. Okay, you can do it. Sometimes it brings up fatherhood issues where your father may have been absent, or he didn't do his fatherhood duties properly. And maybe he didn't teach you how to complete a project or something like that. So you might start things and not finish things. Look back at your dad and see what he did and how he influenced you. You'll see here she's on a wooden throne because she's practical and down to earth with her feet, both feet on the ground. And these sunflowers in the background here are all about feeling comfortable, awareness, insight, all things that relate to the sun. Being able to use that masculine kind of energy that brings happiness into your life. She's got a baseball bat here because she means business. She's going to get on and she's going to use her motivated, creative energy to achieve things in the physical world. Okay, I love that card. All right, card number 3. Let's see what happens. I'll close my eyes. What do I see? I see guns, but they're very old, like from the 1800s. And they're sort of quite big, and you hold it, you pull back the trigger. I don't know anything about guns. Guns are not a thing in Australia. We don't have guns. Only people with special permits can have them. Some farmers. There's really very few people that can have guns. If you're in a registered sports club, you can get a special license for sports guns. If you go to the shooting range and stuff like that. But nobody does it because we're not interested in violence, basically. And I see this gun, and it's like a very old-fashioned way. It is for target shooting, and it's like I see a target. But it's such a big cumbersome thing that it'd be hard to hit the target, never alone get a bullseye anyway. So maybe if you pick card number 3, have a look at the way that you take aim at something. Are you doing it in a sort of brutal or a sort of old-fashioned way that is too much overkill for the job? Okay, if you want to hit the target, maybe practice at darts or something. Not this great big heavy. I can feel it's heavy, and it's probably weighing like 5 kilos. Like, you've got to lift it up with your hand. You probably need 2 hands, in fact, to steady yourself. It doesn't do the job very well. It's not very efficient at all. Whereas if you use darts to hit the target, they're light and it requires more skill. But yeah, this is a great big cumbersome thing that it's sort of a leftover from your ancestors. It's like the energy, you've inherited some energy to go after a target, but it's sort of very cumbersome. So it would be good to do a meditation and let go of that cumbersome energy so that you can go after your targets in a very clean and elegant manner. It doesn't have to be hard work like that. Okay, I know I digress. That was sort of a bit of a convoluted kind of vision there and the interpretation thereof. Let's see what card comes up. All right. Oh, well, here you go. 10 of Wands. If this isn't cumbersome, I don't know what it is. Basically, it's the end of a cycle. It's time to drop the burden, okay? You don't have to carry a trailer with, baseball bats around. It's saying there's a lot of action. You've done a lot of work on something. You've put a lot into something emotionally and perhaps even physically put it in. But she is wearing green, and there's green in the background here, which basically says that it's a time for growth and opportunity. You can let go of the past and start again. You might have started, whatever this is, you might have started it full of beans and, feeling really excited about this opportunity, but it's just ended up to be more work. See this hill in the background. Hills and mountains are always challenges. So it's been challenging. It's time to let go of this and maybe adopt a new way, a brand new way of doing it. Doesn't mean you have to give up altogether, but it is time to drop the burden. Okay, that's number 3. You might get some awarenesses or insights this week about how you can make your life easier and more pleasant. All right, we're going to card number 4 now. What's this guitar? Oh, actually, I thought it was guitar, and then it turned into a bass, and somebody's playing the bass in front of me. So that's a real big stringed instrument that you sit down and you put sort of between your legs. It's sort of quite a big thing, maybe 1.5 meters tall. What's that? A yard, or basically a yard and a quarter, or something like that. Okay. And which card do we get? Oh, right, bass. The deeper tones of life. It's those real deep bassy tones. So it's the underlying background. So you may become aware that the background in your life, which gives it substance and structure, it's sort of very Saturnian in nature, in the way that this energy operates. Are you happy with the tune that's being played on your life's bass? Because if it's too deep or it's discordant, it might, put a background into your life that's not helpful, okay? Maybe you need something lighter play a song that's more cheerful or happy. The most important thing is your happiness, of course. All right, have a look. And let's see what card we get. Okay, so the King of Swords. Time for some serious thinking this week if you pick card number 4. A lot of people don't like this card. It's a very masculine, analytical card. It just does the logical thing. It doesn't run anything through a human heart. And if you're dealing with humans or animals, or even the earth really, then it's time to use your heart as well. This is often somebody like a hotshot lawyer. I've seen this kind of energy in my life with, say, lawyers who get right to the crux of it, and they will literally go for the jugular in court and that sort of thing. Sometimes you may need them. And they become like that because, see here, that he's seated on a diamond, got a diamond at the back. He's been through, or she, it can be a female lawyer, but it's still a masculine energy. They've been through a very difficult time, a lot of pressure, a lot of heat and stress to forge them into the diamonds that they are. You'll see the sword here, diamond encrusted sword, just beautiful. There's a different type of mental sort of energy there that is blended with intuition. And so they often know what's going to happen with intuition, but they would never call it intuition. They'll just say it's their mental faculty or something like that. There are a lot of butterflies here in the background. I don't know if you can see that on your monitor. I'll just get this in the right place. It's very hard to see. There's a butterfly there at the top of the diamond and one flying in the air. So this brings new life. So I don't see it as a negative card. See, there's a butterfly there and there and there. It brings new life, and there's butterflies. 2 just flew past the window when I said that. How about that? 2 white ones. And so new life, and it's like a stage of development has been achieved. You're in your psychological and spiritual development. You've made it. You've made the grade. And now you'll be able to go on and change from, do the metamorphosis into the beautiful butterfly. Okay, that's number 4. Number 4. Now we're doing number 5. 5 is live. Let's see what comes out for you for this week. For number 5, okay, opening the door of spirit in front of me, walking up some steps is taking some action steps. Okay, I feel like you might get a little bit more structured in a spiritual type process where maybe you decide you're going to meditate every day for 10 minutes at 7 a.m. or something, so putting together a bit of a routine around your spiritual life. And there's a big black and white, or actually 2 of them, black and white butterflies. So that's about joining together the opposites. So you may be able to do that in your life and get some more energy, a different type of energy that is bringing a lot of new life and new growth and energy to you. The Hierophant comes up. It's like saying you have so much knowledge. What are you doing with it? Are you just sitting on it and not doing anything with it? Or are you putting it out there into the universe? And, it might help other people. That's the name of the game. Some action steps need to be done. See, she's wearing red here. That's about action. She has 2 keys, here in a book of life. I think knowledge is dangerous without wisdom. So I think the 2 go together, wisdom and knowledge. They are the keys to life. You have them, okay? They're there. You just have to figure out how you're going to do it, to put your energy out into the universe and teach, basically. Even if there's different ways of teaching. Maybe you talk about your experiences. It could be very conversational. It doesn't have to be sort of formal. It's up to you how you organise it. But you have a lot of knowledge. Is it time to do something with it? All right, so they're our cards for this week. We have we have 1 major, the Hierophant here. We have 3 royals, which is very unusual. Queen of Cups, Wands, and King of Swords, 3 royal cards, which is a high grade sort of energy. And then we have the 10 of Wands saying let go of the past so that we can move up further. So there's a lot of motivation, but it is quite balanced here too, because we've got Swords thinking, Wands the motivation, and Cups your emotions. Maybe the challenge may be to actually make things physical and real in the external world. Okay, which is always, something that we all have to practice at. Alrighty, so that's it, everybody. I hope this is useful for you. I'm stuck. I don't know why I'm stuck, but that's just how it goes. I'll be letting go of the burden soon enough. All right, have a great week, everyone. I'll see you all soon. I'll be doing some world predictions for 2023 very shortly. Bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website, absolutesoulsecrets.com, for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.